Morning class. So today is your uh, plate number 1, and plate number 1 will be alphabet and numbers. So I will explain to you step by step on how you are going to do your plate number 1. So here this is exactly the same as what I have uploaded in the canvas, and I'm sure you already opened it, and basically I will explain to you one by one on how you are going to complete your drawing. We will start from the setting up of drawing paper and your drawing board, and then do your border lines, and then do this title block wherein you'll fill in with your details. Okay, so let me start with the setting up of drawing paper. You have your A3 size bond paper or drawing paper. Put it on top of your drawing board, and then find the top edge of your paper to be in line with your T-square. Slide your T-square up and down. Hold firmly on the right side if you are right-handed, and on the left side if you are a left-handed. Okay, so as I said, find the edge of your bond paper to be in line with your T-square, and once you find it to be in line or parallel with your T-square, hold it firmly, and then find your masking tape. Put masking tape at all corners of your paper. That is in order for your drawing paper to be fixed and will not move anymore. Okay, so that's it. That's how you set up your drawing paper. And then the next step is you start your border line. So here and in your reference, the border line all around your paper is or has a distance of 15. That I use the units as millimeter, or your measurement will be in millimeter. So 15 millimeter, that will be from the edge of the paper to your vertical border line, and then the same also from top to your border line, you measure also 15 millimeter. And then also on the right side, from right side of your paper, measure it to your border line by 15 millimeter, the same as in the bottom. So from the bottom of the paper, measure it 15 millimeter. And for your title blocks, these boxes, measure from the corner of your border line, from here, measure it 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter distance, meaning from here to here, that will be 10 millimeter or 1 centimeter as I indicated, and then from here to here, it's also 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter. Okay, and then the measurements of vertical lines is also indicated here. So first line, you have 100 millimeter from the lower left corner of your border line, so measure 100 millimeter or 10 centimeter. Then for CPU, then the box for CPU as your school, make it 70 millimeter. So from here till here, measure 7 or 70 millimeter. And then for your schedule and for my name, measure from here to here 100 millimeter. Then for the dates, wherein you will indicate the date that you start your drawing and then the date that you finish or you submit. So distance from here up to here is roughly around 7 or 78 millimeter. It is odd because the size of paper is it's not measured as whole number, because the whole number that I made is here for the plate number. So from the right corner to here, it's 40 millimeter. So maybe when you make measurements, it's not exactly the same as this. For as long as near to this dimension, that's fine. It's not really to be exact. Okay, so for these blocks, you need to complete the details or the information. Like for here, no need for you to indicate the name. Just directly put the name or your name, and the heights of your lettering will be 5 millimeter or 5 millimeter. That's half of a centimeter. So that will be your standard lettering, except for CPU, which is a little bit bigger. So one CPU, you can make it 10 millimeter. Okay, so for personal details, 5 millimeter, and then CPU, the CPU only is 10 millimeter. Okay, so as I mentioned, no need for you to put the name, and then here no need to put your course and year. Instead, put exactly your course and year, CE 1A, 1B, or 1C. Okay, here for your schedule, put the date and time, and here put my name as your instructor, and then I already mentioned earlier the dates here, started, which is today, and then the hour deadline for you to submit, and then you put plate number 1 here. Okay, so I think we're ready to start doing this in your drawing paper. Okay, so I'll leave it here as our basis. So to start, as mentioned earlier, you have to measure from here to here 15 millimeter, from down to your borderline 15, all around basically. So my paper is a little bit smaller in order for me to fit in this video in the screen. So I'll measure it in proportion to your paper, but not exactly as what I told you to do or as indicated in your reference. So all around will be 1.5. Okay, and then draw your horizontal line using your T-square, and then your vertical line using your triangle. Okay, for borderline, for the title block rather, I mentioned 1 centimeter is the height of the lines or the distances of lines. So measure 1 centimeter. One line and the other line. By the way, make your guidelines which is in pencil to be more lighter, so that it will not be very visible when you finalize your drawing. Okay, so the first block is your name and course, which is 100 or 100 millimeter. First line, first box. Second box is CPU. 70, and then for your schedule is also 100, and then for your date submitted and date started rather and date submitted is 78, and then plate number 1 is 40, so somewhere here. Okay, so once you've done that, done your measurement, draw lines. Okay, and then you're ready to finalize those lines as your border line and title block. So press your pencil hardly to make it visible. Okay, for this line you have to stop here in order to leave CPU open, or I mean the space open for CPU. Okay, and then complete it with your vertical lines. Okay, it's complete now. So draw lighter lines for your lettering here in your title block. The height of your lettering is, I mentioned, 5 millimeter. Okay, so somewhere around like that. And then for CPU, it's 10 millimeter. Okay, then once you measure, draw a very light line. For CPU, just draw 2 lines in here. Okay, then you're ready to put your lettering here. For example, I'll put my name here, so I'll just write my name. I make it faster so that I will not consume more time. Then your course here, one B, one C, or 1A. So CPU here, and then put also the details here, and then your plate number 1. Okay, so now you're set to start with your lettering. So in your reference, I indicated some distances that you're going to measure according to what I instructed you to do. So from top, I've given you 20 millimeter for your starting line. So measure. By the way, I forgot to mention on how you're going to use your measurement. So here in your triangles or whatever you use for your measurement, this one is centimeter. So 1 centimeter is equivalent to 10 millimeters. So you just add 1 0. So meaning, like our measurement is 5 millimeter. 5 millimeter is here, and this one is 10. This one is 15. This one is 20. 25, and so on. So every small lines here is an indication of 1 millimeter. So you have to measure according to this number of lines. Okay, so that's how you are going to use your measurement. Okay, so to start, measure from top. It is here indicated 20, and then the height of our lettering is 15 millimeter, which I divided it into 3. So here there are 3 5 millimeter, and then our vertical distances of lines as your guide is also 5 millimeter. So you have to measure this from here 5 millimeter until you done completely up to the end or near to the right hand side borderline. Also, you get the measurement. So here we already started by 20, and then measure 15, 20, 15, 20, 15, 20, 15, 20, and up to here. So that is how you arrange your letterings and numbers, okay, according to this measurement. So I'll be doing the first line, and then I'll jump to the numbers, and then also for the incline on how you're going to do it. But first I need to draw these guidelines, horizontal and vertical. Okay, so start from 20, and then every lines, horizontal lines is spaced at 5 millimeter. So something like that. I'll just make it fast. So first 3 lines, that is our first line of lettering, and then 3 lines, and then distance of that is 20. So just measure according to the dimensions that I give using your reference. Okay, so another 15, and then that 15 will be divided into 3 5s. 1, 2, 3. That's our second line. And then another 15, okay. So let me just jump to making a vertical line. So our distance from here to here, we have 2 5s. That means 10 millimeter. So that will be our starting point. Okay, and then all you need to do is again measure 5 millimeter each. So you have to complete up to the end. Okay, I'll do this for you to really know how you are gonna complete. So those lines are spaced 5 millimeter away from each other. Okay, by the way, the reason why I required you to have these guidelines is, in order for you to practice making horizontal and vertical lines using your instrument. So as you can see, it's very convenient for me to draw those lines using my triangle and T-square in combination, and then I can maintain the correct alignment or correct spacing horizontally and vertically because I use my instrument properly. Okay, once you're done with those lines, then just follow my space or the proportion that I prepared for you to follow for as your guide. Like for example, for letter A, you just follow according to this reference. So you have to do it this way. By the way, it should be done in freehand. No triangle nor T-square to be as your guide. It's not a problem if your lines is not straight because it is a freehand. So it will be like that. It will be like this. Okay. So that is your letter A. And then for the small letter, by proportion, it's around 1/3 or 2/3 rather, 2/3 of the total height. So we have a height of 15 millimeter. The small letter will be 10 millimeter. So you have to do your small letter this way. Okay. For your letter B, space according to my guide. For letter B, there is a curved line. So straight line. The curved line is a little bit harder for you to do if you are a first timer. So all you need to do is draw a straight line first. Don't do it in one time. You can step by step create it. So first straight lines, and then once you've done this, it's like a letter E. So that's the time you complete it with the curved line. So that way. Okay. So small letter, and then like that. Okay. So letter C as well, you can do it this way. One curved line on top, another curved line below, and then you just connect. That's how you do it. So even myself, I cannot do a perfect curve. And then small letter C, since it is small, you can do it in one time. Okay. So the rest, just follow in proportion to my reference. Okay. For the numbers, I will start it from here. So like for number 1, do it like this. Okay. Number 2, then 3, 4, 5. So follow your guidelines accordingly. Okay. So for the thing, that's for the vertical line. So just complete it according to the arrangement. First line will be from A to K. Second line will be L to V. And then third line W up to your numbers. Okay. So for the numbers, the difficult part, the difficult number to do is number 8. So I'll show you on how to do number 8 in proportion, or I will put it here. So number 8, you have to do it like in 4 parts. So follow me, do it this way, like that, and then, or actually you can make it 2-0, but normally I used to do like this, like letter S, then connect it this way and then this way, like that. Or if you're really good, like, okay, I will put, you can do it this way, 2 circle and another circle, something like that. Okay, so that's how you do number 8. So I'll proceed to the inclined letters. So actually, inclined letters is also the same as the vertical. The only thing is that, you know, comparing for example, for the letter A, the base of the letter is still the same, as you can see here. The only difference is this part, okay, while this part is somewhere here, this part moves to the right. So meaning, for this one, you don't need to change the base of your letter. All you need to do is just transfer this here. So like letter A will go this way, and then here, and then the same horizontal line. Letter A also will move, base will be the same. All you need to do is adjust the vertical part of your letters. So all will be the same. So here will become vertical, slanting or inclined, also this one. So that's how you do it. Letter L, same base, vertical lines will go this way. So that's how you're gonna do it. So I'll start with letter A, for example. Okay, same here, here, and it will go like that. So the base will be the same, only this part will incline like that. Then letter B, incline, same process, draw horizontal straight line first, and then the curve, then again vertical line becomes inclined, and then, so you'll notice that everything that is vertical on this set of letters and numbers becomes inclined in the second part, or in your inclined lettering. So the same thing with your numbers, it will become like this, so like that, like that. For your number 8, it will become like this. Okay, so I think that's it. If you need more clarification, just let me know, or you can message me through Messenger so that I can clarify it with you. So again, looking forward for you to submit your plate on our deadline. Okay, thank you.